On behalf of all the members of Local 1853, I'd like to welcome everybody to our Union Hall. I guess it's no secret by the turnout that Local 1853 has been informed, it's official, that the small car project will be going to the Lake Orion plant. We want to congratulate the state of Michigan, the Lake Orion workers, and all those UAW workers. You know, they're in our hearts and prayers, and the small car project will be going there. What I'd like to say personally is Spring Hill does have a future. You've got up here, this is the Spring Hill team. We've got the greatest team in America. We have almost all our political leaders behind us. And if there's one lesson that I've learned in this process, it's imperative, and I would repeat the word imperative, that we need everybody on the team. So I would like today to officially ask Senator Bob Corker to join the Spring Hill team and work with this leadership group so we can put GM product, and I'm going to repeat, GM product in a fine facility that we have in Spring Hill. So I would hope everybody here would email Senator Corker, tell him that we've got a nice green UAW shirt waiting on him, and we need his help. If you look at the state of Michigan, they had all their leadership on hand pushing to get that product in Michigan, and also the state of Wisconsin. They had everybody on hand pushing to try and get that work in the state of Wisconsin. It's unfortunate that we are, what I would say, in a recession. And it's a recession that does not discriminate, it has no boundaries. So we're on hold. We are going to work, Brother Herald, this whole leadership group, every day to bring that product to Spring Hill. We are on the idle, and as Tim Lee said, it's our assembly plant, the big plant, GA, as we all know it, that will be on the idle status. We'll still be doing engine work, stamping work, and some plastic work, because of the great work by our bargaining committee. We're going to have Mike Herald will say a few words, and then State Rep Ty Cobb, Murray County Mayor Jim Bailey, and representing the city of Spring Hill, the city administrator Jim Smith. The mayor of Spring Hill is out of town, and he regrets that. He wishes he was here. I also want to say that with the auto task force, there wasn't a plant in America that was more represented than Spring Hill. They got more emails, phone calls from all over the country about this facility. So on behalf of all of us, I know you guys got a lot of responsibility for that. Thank you very much, and I'll turn it over to Chairman Mike Herald. Mike. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you and good morning. I appreciate everybody for being here. It's great to see all the media, all the business leaders, and particularly UAW team members that work at this plant that have worked extraordinarily hard throughout the years, making Spring Hill a leader in the automotive business. I'd like to go ahead and take the opportunity to announce some of the folks up at the front table here and talk about the team that worked on this project, because a lot of what you do when you're working on a project like this has to be done in privacy, and there's not a whole lot of public fanfare about it. Some states opt to have more fanfare than others. Obviously this particular team opted to try to work quietly and put together the best plan possible for Spring Hill. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about what I see going forward, just so you know that this isn't the end of the line here. This is just one product in the product allocation process, and we've been through many of them here at Spring Hill. There is you win some, you lose some. That's the way it works. Now this one happened to be played out very, very publicly, and so I'm going to talk through that process here very shortly. But before I do that, I'd like to introduce some of our guests here today and some of the people that have been instrumental in helping us. And I'm not going to be able to talk about everybody that participated. So, but I am going to introduce the folks at the front table. So understand that this is a lot larger team than what I'm about to introduce. On my left-hand side would be Vice President Tim Stenard, representing the plant, who's been really the face of the UAW here, and a lot of the work that Mike and I have been doing and haven't been able to participate. He's been trying to go ahead and get the word out and keep everybody informed as to what's going on, so we're deeply appreciative. Next, we have Jim Smith, the Spring Hill City Administrator, Jonathan Duda, Alderman from Spring Hill, Amy Worth, Alderman from Spring Hill, the police chief, Smith of Spring Hill as well, and also Les Cleveland, an alderman from Spring Hill. And on my right, Mike spoke earlier, our president, and I have Cliff Goff, who is his own person in the plant, and Rick Martinez, somewhere behind me here, who is an instrumental leader in the plant as well. And next, we've got Representative Ty Cobb, who will be coming up here and saying a few words shortly. We also have Mayor Jim Bailey, who throughout this whole process, whether it's been the Traverse, whether it's been the Saturn products, Jim has been extremely helpful and a huge ally of the Spring Hill team. And next I've got Wayman Hickman, who a lot of you may or may not know. Wayman is an outstanding community leader. He's been a tremendous support to this plant. A lot of the UAW members in this plant know what a great supporter he's been. He was actually the person that helped put together the original Saturn plan here in the land deal that caused Saturn to come to Spring Hill. So tremendous leader, and he's been very instrumental in this process as well. And will be, this team you see in front of you, as well as the executive board that you see in the next row behind us, is going to be extremely pivotal as we move forward here in the next stage to be able to go ahead and land a product for Spring Hill. Next, I'd just like to say a few words. We're all deeply disappointed, obviously, this morning with the announcement, at least from a Spring Hill perspective. Our members here at this site were looking forward to the small car project. It is been a very interesting process for us all. Normally, these types of processes, when you allocate a new product, they're done with business cases, they're done behind the scenes. You work to put together your best financial position, and it's done in relative obscurity with a lot of bean counters, and it doesn't play out quite like this one did in the press. But all that being said, I think a lot of that was due to the fact that the carrot that was dangled out there was the small car project and the incentive processes that were required very clearly by General Motors to land this program. It was done in such a way that it had to be played out publicly because you have the government involved, and that's the way that it works. And so, knowing that, I'd like to say that the lack of winning this particular product for Spring Hill is not reflective of a lack of effort by any of the people you see in front of you or any of the team members that you see in that plant. I can tell you that, or for that matter, a lack of any effort by anybody here in Tennessee. The team that we've had here has been outstanding. The support that we've got for this plant continues to be a great level of support, and we're going to look forward to just redoubling our efforts as we move forward to go ahead and secure a product for this facility. I commend all community leaders, the mayors, the business leaders, and especially our hardworking and dedicated workforce here at this site. We're going to continue to work, as I said, to move on, and we're going to move on. We're going to go ahead and redouble our efforts, and we're going to go ahead and work very, very hard because there are other products in the pipeline. Spring Hill will go ahead and build cars, I believe, in the future, and I believe that this site, having gone through $1 billion, and I hear all kinds of different numbers, 600 million, 700 million, there's $1 billion investment in this facility. I cannot believe for 1 minute that either the citizens of the state of Tennessee or the citizens across the United States, knowing that that General Motors has a great deal of ownership, the public has a great deal of ownership of what happens to General Motors, particularly what's just gone on through the bailout. I can't believe that this facility will be one that will be left alone, particularly with the $1 billion investment, the most flexible workforce, or the most flexible workforce in America, but also the most flexible technology. We have literally the ability to be able to build anything within a matter of weeks that the marketplace demands. So there's no doubt that this is the kind of facility that GM is looking for in the future. And I want to talk about the culture in this facility. This culture has been created through 20 years of creation. The people that you see surrounding here, the people that toil every day in that plant, and the ones that have created the Saturn brand and have built the Chevrolet products and made a great transition to the Chevrolet products. They are the people that know that there's a culture of can-do attitude in that plant. This is a UAW workforce, it's a union workforce, but it's a workforce that has no boundaries. It's a workforce that is extremely flexible. It is a workforce that knows how to build any product and will work with anybody to build a product in that facility. And we've proven that. We have some great suppliers that are working, we're the only plant in the country that has suppliers that are working side by side with our team members, and they're all UAW members that are doing a fantastic job. World-class suppliers with Penske and Premier. So we're extremely appreciative of that unique effort that goes on. We think that will ultimately make a difference in landing new products.